Take your tickets, take your seats. It's time for Popcorn Spoilers. I'm Dylan Bowden.
I'm Ryan Betson.
And we have reached our destination and our journey to the Oscars. Yeah, the Oscars were on Monday.
Yeah, after 6 long weeks.
6 long weeks of best pictures or questionably...
As I said, you know, we've laughed, we've cried, we've been really bored. Welcome to the Oscars. And Pinch is here with just join us.
So, here's a question. After watching all these movies, did you watch the Oscar ceremony?
I didn't watch the ceremony, I watched the highlights.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Only because I was just... I had like 3 games to review this week. So, after all those movies, I'm like, alright, there's a backlog of shit I've got to do. I've got other work. Bam, 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 bam. There's 2 reviews done. Alright, sweet.
Well, I did watch the ceremony, but we were, of course, Skyping each other with the answers as the ceremony played out.
Yeah, we're at work, supposed to be doing work, but instead we're like messaging each other going, oh my God, this is all. Oh my God, this is all. Right, it was good fun.
So that was good. And then, of course, I watched the ceremony on Channel 9, which I was like, okay, we'll watch the Oscars tonight. And then I'm like, wait, do we even have normal TV? How do you get the normal TV going? Apparently, it's the DTV. It's in the settings. Must be a digital...
Down to video.
Yeah, must be down coming from the roof, so bonus. Don't have to tune it in. And it was on at like 7:30. Usually it's like 9:30.
Yeah, and it goes like 8 hours. And...
Still went for 8 hours. Still went to like midnight. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was hosting.
Yeah. Did he host last year as well?
Yeah, he did.
Oh. You seem unsure of that. Was he a good host?
Well, no, I was just thinking because last year they had the incident where it was like they announced La La Land, but it was actually Moonlight.
Yeah. Yes,
I think that's the right order. And then Warren Beatty and Lauren Bacall came out again this year to kind of redeem themselves.
Yeah. They fucked up again?
And they made it like, no, you got it right this time.
Yay!
No, they didn't check it as like sternly as I would have liked to have hoped. They announced it pretty fast. But yeah, they had an opening number where it was all like old "Welcome to the Oscars." That was really funny. Jimmy Kimmel
wasn't really funny, or it was?
It wasn't really funny.
Oh no.
Jimmy Kimmel come on.
I find a lot of it wasn't really funny.
Yeah, they had this idea that the person with the shorter speech time would win a jet ski, and then later it became like a holiday to this certain place, like some kind of dodgy lake somewhere.
Okay.
So that was the gimmick that they were going for this year. I didn't see Jack Nicholson there. Usually he's always down the front.
Yeah, just smile on the sunny side.
So they were like focusing on Meryl Streep this year. But we made our predictions.
We did.
I will add, in the ceremony, there was this part where, you know how you get walked off if there's the music plays and you get kicked off. And always, the thing that always gets me is when you win an award, like you're sitting there for hours watching people win awards.
You don't give a fuck about it.
So you're like, okay, if I get an award, I'm going that way off the stage. So as soon as people finish their speech, you just like go in the wrong direction or don't know where to go. They have those people that usher them off. But there's always that awkward moment when you're walking the wrong way and then they usher you off. The guy from, Andre from Get Out, the one that was like took the photo and he like zapped him. Mm-hmm. He was brought on stage to be like, when the music starts playing, this guy comes out instead and says, "Get out!" Yeah, and then he kind of said, "That was kind of funny." But we did our predictions last week. Let's see how well we did.
Okay, are we going to start from the bottom?
We'll start from the way we did it last week. That's probably the easiest.
All right, cool.
So the first thing we had was Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we're not going to go through the nominees. We'll just go through the winner. Yeah,
we both predicted Frances McDormand for 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri, I believe.
Yeah, for the win, and that's what we wanted.
And our personal choice. That's a 1-all.
That's right. So, well, it's a 2-all, isn't it?
Oh, no. I think the one that we want to win, I think our predictions are the one, the one we want to win is separate. That's our personal feeling.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, we'll do it that way. So,
like, the one we think will win is the prediction. The one who we want to win is different.
Okay, so we both agreed that it would be Frances McDormand, and it was Frances McDormand, and she did her speech, and she looks a bit crazy. Did you see her?
Yeah,
she's a bit crazy. And she did her inclusion rider.
Yeah.
So what's that about?
The inclusion rider is essentially an agreement within your contract to have 50% male and female in the cast, or some sort of diversity in some way. And then the actress or actor has the right to leave the project if they don't adhere to that. So that's pretty cool to get women involved in. I mean, it was very Me Too, #MeToo, and very women orientated. Which is really cool. But what I did love, though, there was an interview that the Frances McDormand did, and she's like, I heard about this about a couple of weeks ago, and it piqued my interest. I'm like, you just burst this big speech about it, and you heard about it like 3 weeks ago?
I haven't looked into it, but...
I haven't really dived into it, but...
didn't read it.
I used the buzzword inclusion rider, and it worked. Yeah, and stirred up a lot of excitement in the audience. Okay, and I think she deserved it. Oh, without a doubt. I was really happy when I heard that she got it. Because, as the day was going on through, when I was seeing sort of, who was winning and what sort of stuff, I'm like... I don't know whether she'll is it I want her to, but we're seeing it with Shape of Water was getting a lot, and I'm like, I'm not quite sure, but no, and then they're like friends, and I'm like, yes. It's strange that Margot Robbie was there, really, because I, Tonya is like a movie that she produced, so it's like this is going to be my Oscar movie, and I'm going to give a kick-ass performance, but it's like.
giving in to the Oscar wank of like, I'm making an Oscar movie for you. And she was like from Australia. She's like in Neighbours.
Neighbours, yeah.
So it's weird.
It's weird.
She's pretty big now. It's good. Good on her. You're weird. It's weird. You're not weird, but it's weird. All right. Love Margot Robbie. And people say Margot Robbie. It's not Margot or Margaret. Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Robbie.
Robbo.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbo. All right. So next up was... Now, hang on.
Because you printed like them and everything they did.
Wait, what was the D in the R standing for?
I take that back. That's a 0 for me. I predicted Meryl Streep would win.
What's the D?
The D is you. D's
Dylan. D's my name. Sorry.
So cross that out. I didn't get the win there.
I will take that back then.
Yeah.
But you wanted her to win.
I did want her to win, but I thought they would be
you just agreed that we're not doing that, so we're not.
Yeah. So I thought they would give the tip of the hat to the Meryl Streeps. No, that's all of Meryl Streep.
That's the Meryl Streep page. All right. Next up is Best Actor. So good old Gary Oldman was our hopes.
Yeah.
And our
dreams.
Dreams and desires. But it was also our actual belief that it would be Gary Oldman. And it was. Big G. Big G-O.
Yeah, it was lovely just to, granted it was pretty much a shoe-in just with the makeup alone and his amazing performance. So it was a very clear given that he would come out with the win.
Yeah, and he thanked his mum, which was nice.
Oh,
Gary Oldman used to be like fucking batshit crazy in movies. Like throughout the late 80s, early 90s, he was always the psycho villain.
And you're like, everything.
Yeah, and just crazy. The dreads in True Romance, and he was in The Professional as like ticking and being weird. Air Force One, Lost in Space even. He was still giving a bit of a weird go. Sid and Nancy. But he's kind of mellowed out.
Pinch asked, what movie was that?
Which one?
If you're thinking Darkest Hour, it was the film about Winston Churchill just prior to the Battle of Dunkirk.
Yes, in World War II. Yeah, so he deserved it. He was awesome.
He was rad. And what was his speech like? Did he give a speech?
Thanked his wife. Yeah, it's pretty good. Mentioned a lot of people.
No movements from him?
No, he's not fighting in the good fight. He just wanted to thank his agent and stuff. Talked about being like a little British kid in Britain.
Oh, I think he
coming to America,
coming to America,
land of opportunity kind of thing. That was nice.
It was very cool.
But he's awesome. He's like fucking awesome. He's been awesome forever.
Push that second page to the side. The first page. We need that one for the results.
Okay. Okay. Next is
Best Supporting Actress, I believe.
Sure. Let's go with that. Best Supporting Actress. So the winner, of course, was Alison Janney for I, Tonya.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do we got here?
Oh, I put as Laurie Metcalf from Lady Bird.
Why? Who put a D on Octavia Spencer? Fuck that. As if she was going to win. So I've got D for Janney and D for Janney, and then you've got Laurie Metcalf, and then I apparently have Octavia Spencer as well.
Either way, I'm still wrong. So I'm
gonna take this win because no way Octavia Spencer.
No, I'll give you the win on that one. No worries, Pinch. Yeah, that's for you. I gotta know. I thought Lady Bird would have had. I thought they would have gone down the whole mum route. Turns out not so much. So tell us a little bit about Metcalf. Not Metcalf. Janning.
So in I, Tonya, it's the true story of Tonya Harding, who was a figure skater in the early 90s. And she was like this bogan, like hick kind of upbringing. She lived with a single mother. She had 5 other brothers and sisters, the movie says, but you never see them. And she was in an abusive relationship with her mother, just physical abuse. Not that much, but just like always took her to ice skating, though. That was the thing that she dedicated to her. And she was like kind of like Frances McDormand, like fuck this, fuck
Scrappy.
that. Yeah, and just like no fucks attitude. Like, do fucking better. And she's drinking and smoking in front of all the kids at the ice rink and yelling at the coach and stuff like that. So the movie's told in like flash forward, where it's like an interview, and I think
flashback.
No, it flashes back to the story, but it starts with the interviews in the present day.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's
yeah. And she's got this parrot on her shoulder, and it's like attacking her, just like sitting on her shoulder and like poking at her, and she talks. But it's based on real interview footage to show at the end of the movie, where for some fucking reason she's got a parrot on her shoulder.
Okay.
And Alison Janney hated the parrot, but she did mention it in her speech. And yeah, like just Tonya Harding. The famous thing was that there was an incident where there was a fellow skater who got kneecapped, like with a stick, and so didn't make it into the finals or whatever it was. And then they kind of realized and thought it was Tonya Harding that had kind of done it. But her boyfriend and his idiot friend did it. So technically through
she had
association,
no idea, but
she was dodgy. Like, she's a dodgy person, but through the movie, it seems to show that it wasn't her fault. It was a dickhead husband who was abusive as well. The whole relationship played by Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. But yeah, Alison Channing was really good.
Sebastian or something?
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah,
I think. But yeah, she's really, really good. And it's the same kind of performance as Frances McDormand, but I liked it as well. So,
I guess I did go down the mother route then. It did.
Mother to mother.
I just picked the wrong mother.
It was either, sister, friend, mother, or whatever the hell that Mighty River Mudbound movie is with Mary J. Blige. that thing. Okay, next. We're not numbering them.
Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor. So, again, last time, Christopher Plummer is 88 as the oldest nominee, and they gave him a lot of shit about being old. Yeah. They said, we've got a transcript of the very first Oscars that ever happened across the street. Yeah. Douglas Fairbanks Sr. was the person who read the joke, and I'm just going to read it out. And it said, Christopher Plummer is the youngest nominee to be nominated for an Oscar. And he liked that because he's old. But, of course, Big Sammy Rockwell won. And his hair, did you see his hair? He's just got his usual, like, pointed, fluffy, not done, doesn't give a shit. He's wearing a tuxedo, but his head is like party at the top, business on the body. But he loved it. And he went out and he told a good joke. He said, when I was a kid, I was in school and I was called to the principal office and my dad was there and he said, it's your grandma, we got to go. And so he got in the car and left, and he asked, well, what's wrong with grandma? And he's like, nothing, we're going to the movies. And so his mum and dad's love of the movies is what got him into acting, and he thanked them for that. But yeah, Sam Rockwell, pretty awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. I think I picked that. My second color isn't there, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Because that's what's on the page. I wanted to confirm, like
RD. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. But yeah, like he was awesome in the movie.
Actually, but didn't you? Isn't Red who you think will win? Because it's like my Red isn't there. There is no Red.
Yeah, I'll give it a D. I think this was when you were filling it out for me. But anyway.
No, that's not my handwriting.
It doesn't seem to be. All right, I'll take that off. I don't know why. Yeah, I think I wanted Sam Rockwell because I love him.
Yeah, you wanted Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I chose Crystal Plummer because he's old.
Yeah, you thought they'd give him like a little like nod.
Yeah, but they just made fun of him. All right, cool. So that's another one for you. Well played.
Hey!
Yeah, Sam Rockwell was awesome, and now he's gonna get cred. Hopefully, he gets like big roles.
Yeah, that'd be the hope, right?
Well, he's always been awesome. He's in big things, but he's always the supporting guy. Okay, now we're on to Best Director. So you had as your
yes, I wanted. Oh, hang on.
Guillermo, I believe.
No,
it should be there.
All the colours are fucked. What have we done, Dill?
You wanted Guillermo.
I wanted Guillermo, which is here
at the top. There we go.
But I thought Dunkirk would get it as a tip to the hat to Nolan.
And I wanted Guillermo to win as well, but I thought Jordan Peele would win. So nobody wins there except Guillermo, really. But yeah, he's cool. Yeah. I like that guy.
You be bummed that Get Out didn't get in there?
No, we'll get to the award that it did win, but that's cool. Guillermo del Toro. I'm happy for Guillermo del Toro because he's awesome and he deserves it, and he's a great director. Yeah, and he's a lovely guy. And he talked about how he used to watch foreign movies when he was a kid in Mexico, which is of course American movies, which are foreign to him. And just growing up on cinema and loving it, and talking about how Steven Spielberg said, if you get this opportunity, you're in this caliber of people, so you got to represent it well. So that was really cool.
What I really love, and this is something that makes me so happy, because like, funny enough, I'm wearing a Kojima production shirt. So as you may or may not know, Guillermo del Toro is going to be working with Hideo Kojima in Death Stranding. So they now can say starring two-time Oscar winner. Spoilers for everyone ahead. Two-time Oscar winner Guillermo del Toro, and like Konami could have had that. Imagine if they worked together like they were supposed to, and they released Silent Hills from renowned game director Hideo Kojima and two-time Oscar winner Guillermo del Toro.
That's true.
Silent Hills.
Did you see the picture that Hideo sent out?
No.
It was a picture of Guillermo del Toro in the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that actually him?
I saw like a tweet because the one holding the weird baby, and it's like a tweet and someone's like, his Oscar looks really weird.
Yeah. And it had the congratulations about the Academy Awards on it. That was really cool.
Yeah, man. They're such good buddies. It's really cool.
I think it'd be cool.
But like, what a selling point right there. What a legitimacy for games.
Is he writing it as well, or is he just in it? He's just being a buddy with it.
He's just in it because like he does have like he has like a poison hand when it comes to like video games. He tried to launch like 5 or 6 different games that all kind of just died in the ass. And he's like, I think he made a statement a couple of years ago. He's like, yeah, I'm never gonna fucking get involved with games ever again. I think it was after Silent Hill. Silent Hill's kind of got canned, and then now he's in.
Which is cool.
He's in the game rather than like
people have directors in movies and cameos and stuff, so to have him acting in the game, like he'd be happy with that. He'd be excited about that.
Yeah, like but that's it. For me, like I love it because that gives the medium that I truly love like a legitimacy. Like you can put that on the cover of Death Stranding, 2-time Oscar winner. Woo!
How many Oscars has Norman Reedus won?
Absolutely none.
Pick up your game.
Yeah, it's renowned game director, 2-time Oscar winner, Norman Reedus.
Yeah, it'll be like Guillermo del Toro in Death Stranding with Norman Reedus. And Guillermo's like on the front as like the main dude.
He's not even in. Like he's in it for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's like on all the posters. All right, cool. So then we move on to best adapted screenplay. So an existing work that was adapted into a movie screenplay. So you wanted Logan.
We've got 2 R. Yeah, I wanted Logan because I just want Logan to get something.
That's a D, but with a line that looks like an R.
Okay.
Exactly like an R. But yeah, that's weird. So you wanted Logan.
Yes.
You
wanted Molly's Game.
I thought Molly's Game was going to win.
Okay.
But
No, you wanted Molly's Game.
Oh no, okay.
But we both called
Molly's Game, but we thought Molly's Game, and it did.
Totally did, right?
Yeah.
Yay! 2 points.
Yeah, the writer went up and said, "I read the book and then I wrote it down." I read the book and then I got a computer and I wrote the words from the book onto the script and I win award. So that was cheating.
Always adapted screenplay is always a weird award.
Well, if it's like if it's a completely different adaptation or different, but if it's sometimes like Sin City is just like word for word.
See, like in terms of this award, like it's great that they won. Do I think it should have won? Not really. The movie was fine. I didn't think it was that well written. But looking at the list, like it's up against The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, and Mudbound. Like it's the only one of them to be a Best Picture nominee, so that's got to be good in some way, right? Like I see that's probably why it won.
But it's so well written that it feels organic and real and natural.
Well, like Banging Peaches.
Yeah, because he's like, I banged the apricots when I was in Italy all the time.
So was that in the book? No, that was personal story.
This is why I win. And then he got a peach and started fucking on stage. They got him off. He's like, he tweeted a picture of like the Oscar inside the
peach.
Oh, I think it was an apricot.
Really?
I kept calling it a peach, but it's an apricot. No. Oh, but is it an apricot or is it a peach?
That would have. Yeah, it's a peach. Because it's a peach. Wouldn't that be? Whatever. That would be an amazing photo if he's like, "Hey, congratulations to me."
Exactly. I think he's got the sense of humor for it. All right, so best original screenplay, which is not adapted from an existing work.
Wait, where's my choice? Oh, my choice on this side.
Yeah. So I, again, wrote in red both times for some reason.
Well, short answer, both. You got a D there as well. What the fuck? You're really bad at this game.
I wanted.
I think we both wanted 3 billboards.
Yeah, we wanted 3 billboards.
I think you said Get Out, and I think I said Shape of Water, because I mentioned in the review Shape of Water was a really well written movie.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have said that. So, what happens there?
So that's 1 to me.
But it didn't win. Get Out did.
Then 1 to you.
Yay!
I thought it won. My apologies.
No, that was the one that Jordan Peele did win, and he was.
That's
cool.
right. Yes.
Yeah, so that was cool. See, so at least it got some recognition.
Yeah, because like you praised that movie for his writing in terms of its
best movie of the year. Yeah, it was cool to see him win an award. I think everybody was happy for him as well.
I was super happy.
You didn't seem... He was chuffed, but not particularly super chuffed.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be funnier. You know, make a funny speech.
Maybe
he's being all serious.
Yeah, he's a serious movie. Maybe that's not his place. He's like...
Crack a joke.
I do funnies other times. What else is on here?
Crack a joke.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna read these ones. You can give me the answers because we didn't actually vote on these.
Oh.
Best original score.
That was The Shape of Water.
Yep. By Alexandra Desplat. Yes. Sure. Best animated feature was easily Coco.
Yeah, Coco's cool.
So I haven't seen it.
It's pretty good. Cried.
Best cinematography.
That was Roger Deakins for Blade Runner
2049. I still think Darkest Hour, I'm not having seen Blade Runner, I still think Darkest Hour was an incredibly well shot film.
But like we discussed before, Blade Runner is like one of those. You did Shawshank Redemption, you did Fargo, you did all the Coen Brothers movies, you did Skyfall. You know, this is
you're a dude, and then here's your award.
Here you go. You've been nominated like fucking 10 times.
Best costume design went to the movie about dresses, which makes sense. It was Phantom Thread.
Sure was.
Best makeup and hairstyling. It was I think it went to Darkest Hour, which makes sense because like that whole Pinch is very stoked about Coco apparently.
See, Coco's cool.
Best production design. There's Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, and Shape of Water.
That was Shape of Water, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Do you have a list of the confirmed wins?
I do.
Oh, here it is, yeah.
Oh, you've got it here. Yeah, let's do the confirmation. Reading, screenplay, foreign language, makeup, hairstyling, costume design, sounding, production design. Yeah, Shape of Water.
Very nice.
Which it was cool.
It did have a cool aesthetic to it. I did quite like it a lot. Lots of greens.
And apparently, I don't know if it's true, Guillermo del Toro designed the set for the room where they contained the creature and the creature itself, and I think he even paid to have that built before, like as a pitch to the movie. Like he said, I'll pay for it out of my own.
That's legit. Pocket. That's legit. Fuck you money, right?
And that's why it's cool, because he's like, I'll pay for this. You know, you might not think it's gonna make Best Picture or 4 Academy Awards.
Now, because like there is a great speech by John Goodman in a movie about fuck you money, and I've seen it like 1,000 times.
Flintstones.
It's not in the Flintstones. It talks about the whole idea of
Uncle
fuck
Ralph.
you money, where you earn enough money, we can just be like fuck you. Like, because there's a line which is like, I have so much money, it's like fuck you. You gonna do this? Fuck you.
That's good money.
And like that, like Guillermo del Toro is like, I'm gonna build this set. Why? Fuck you.
Well, no, it's more like,
yeah,
I don't think you guys are gonna believe in this fish fucking movie, so I'm gonna put my own money in it because I believe in it. And they're just like, whatever. Here's Academy Awards. Best
visual effects. This is one we did vote on.
Yeah.
You wanted Kong Skull Island.
I did.
I wanted, and I thought War of the Planet of the Apes was going to win. We were both wrong. Blade Runner won.
Yeah, which is fair. But again, like, it's just the same Blade Runner, but 30 years later, and it looks pretty much the same as it did in 1992.
Planet of the Apes. You got like even as a respect for the trilogy. Can we get take a moment to realize that a movie starring John Cena got nominated for an Oscar this year?
What movie was starring John Cena? Was that the Cockblockers one that comes out this month?
Oh, we got invited to the screening of that.
Oh, it's just Blockers. Sorry, take the cock out. The world, none of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes didn't win for best visual effects. What the fuck?
Like, yeah, that should be after.
Maybe not the first one, but definitely the second one, Ferdinand. That's right. Yeah, kids.
Yeah, of course.
But like this one is like the pinnacle.
Like you can see the actual progression of the
yeah, and then fucking Blade Runner, which is like I've seen it before. Like Blade Runner, I've seen it before. Guardians of the Galaxy, I've seen it before. Kong, in some ways, I've seen it before. Star Wars, I've seen it before. Like War of the Planet of the Apes is. Even though they've done it twice,
we've seen it before,
but it's never won. Like Star Wars has won in the past.
Guardians was alright, not quite as flashy as the first one. I think visually.
King Kong, I'm sure. I think they won a special Academy Award because they didn't give out visual effects ones back in the day. Blade Runner might have won back in the day.
Best film editing was Baby Driver, Dunkirk, I, Tonya, Shape of Water, 3 Billboards.
I'm pretty sure that was Dunkirk.
Pretty sure that was Dunkirk.
Yeah, Dunkirk won a lot of the the technical ones.
Which is I still think is weird because judging from what you've told me about Baby Driver, there's a lot of editing in that film.
When I saw it was nominated for editing, I'm like, oh, cool, that's gonna do it. And they even showed a scene where it's editing to the sound effects.
Yeah.
Nah, fucking people standing on the beach in long shots.
It's the action. People like to think editing action's good. It's fine.
Slow plane flights.
Number 6, best sound editing: Baby Driver, Blade Runner, Dunkirk, Shape of Water, and Star Wars. Pretty sure it was Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, yeah.
For some fucking reason. Best sound mixing: Baby Driver, Dunkirk, Blade Runner, Shape of Water, Star Wars.
Dunkirk.
Fuck's sake, how boring. And that brings us to the big one, the best picture. Now we'll go through those lists once again before we jump on into it. The lists were in alphabetical order: Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. This is as we wanted.
Yes.
You wanted Get Out. You thought 3 Billboards. I wanted Billboards, and I thought Darkest Hour.
Ooh.
We were both wrong. The winner was The Shape of Water.
Look at that. Baby Driver was an amazing movie. The fact that they made the soundtrack, then the movie was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for, again, like I said last time, it's a greatest hits of Guillermo del Toro's. If you haven't seen his hits, then you'd be like, this is awesome. But if you have seen his hits, then you're like, this is just, same thing. And especially with someone who's so creative and visually incredible, it's kind of like, yeah, we've seen this before though. Which is sad.
Well, apart from the fish humping.
Well and then again, he's an animal. He's just eating a cat, and then he's just like,
I love the conversation we had at work, which is probably should have a conversation at work. You're like, it's kind of like, it's like, think of it this way, Ryan. I think this is the way you say it. Think of it this way, Ryan. If you marry a goat, that doesn't mean the goat loves you.
Yeah.
It means you married a goat.
Yeah. And then you're getting, like, you're at the fucking ceremony. It's just like, dead stare.
Yeah. And that's the fish.
Yeah.
Except, if the goat walked on its hind legs, it might be a little bit different, but...
It'd be more humanoid, I get that. But it's still, like, if it was a human body with a goat's legs and a goat head, but like a human torso, it's still a goat. And it's just like... And you can have sex with it like she did in the movie, but it's still a goat. It's probably going to like it, but it's still a goat. And you're not going to have meaningful conversations. Not that she can talk, but, like, you might be able to say egg a couple of times. Yeah.
Well, at least we've added some nice legitimacy to interspecies erotica. It's very nice.
Yeah, that's right. Remember Troy McClure had that fish fetish?
I saw a picture of that today. Troy McClure macking on with like some merwoman.
Good on him. But on the other end of the spectrum, this is also the time for the Golden Raspberry Awards, or Razzies as they're called.
Yeah, so the Golden Raspberries is an award for the shittiest movies that have come out this year. So surprise, surprise, I thought Justice League would have been on there a lot more. I didn't really see it.
That's a surprise.
Because I thought people would have hated on it just for the fun of it, but turns out not the case. No. Actually, before we jump into the Razzies, how did we score? What was our final?
Okay, sorry, let's get back to score. So you had 3, I had 5. But then again, my scoring was pretty hopeless.
Pinch asks, was the sex scene tasteful? Depends if you like fish.
Not
really. You don't get to see it. No. It's just kind of, you see her like get her boobs out and then they're like, all right, they're going to do it.
Well, it's kind of romantic because he's a fish. So she closes the bathroom door and fills the bath. So the whole room fills with water and they're in the water kind of just rolling around.
Yeah.
But you don't even see it. They're just holding each other. And then Richard Jenkins bursts in because the water's leaking into the cinema and all the water flows out and she's just there holding him and giving him a bit of a, fuck this fish. And the fish is like glowing in joy. But yeah, it was good. It was a pretty good scene in that sense.
See, that was a well shot scene. That was a really cool visual scene. Makes sense.
That's right. It a lot. Wasn't fishy. Okay, but yeah, back to the Razzies.
So do you want to make a speech for your win with the predictions?
I'll give you the nominations.
No, I meant for the win. You won the most predictions.
Div speech. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this journey, watching the 6-7 movies that we watched. It was some highs and lows in there. I think The Darkest Hour alone, it was worthwhile. Good to see Get Out. sad that you didn't like it as much as I did. I'm glad I watched The Post as well. Oh, Lady Bird. And Phantom Thread. I'm glad I watched Phantom Thread. I really am. Because it's one of those movies I'm going to reference the shit out of and nobody knows what I'm talking about. And it's going to be hilarious. Because there's some good quotes in that movie. Yeah, I love it. So thank you. Thank you, Academy. Thank you, Pinchy01. Oh, sorry, he's playing me off. All right, see ya. I will say that in the ceremony, it went for ages, of course, and then it gets to the end, and Guillermo del Toro wins Best Picture, and he's already had his speech for Best Director, but he goes up and takes the award, and a whole lot of people come up, the cast and crew, and there's this bald gentleman who comes over just as Guillermo's finished, and he goes to say something, and he's like, I just want to say, and then they start playing the music, and it plays for a little bit, and there's an awkward hold, and you're like, oh, they're going to stop the music and let him talk? No, they're not. And then it just continues on.
Did he win the jet ski, though?
Did he what?
Did he win the jet ski, though?
Well, they brought the jet ski down as a joke. They never really said who won it. I guess his would be the shortest because he just said, I'd like to, and then it cut him out. Yeah. But then Jimmy Kimmel would come over and be like, oh, what did you want to say? And he's like, I just wanted to say that this is Guillermo's heart. And he's like, yeah, Guillermo's great. All right, shut up now. Shut up, white old man. It's women's night. And then they just kicked him off. So you work your whole life, because we were watching the ceremony, and my partner's like, look at all these people that won. They're all old men in their 80s. Is it worth working your ass off to get to 80 to win an award? And probably, I won the award, finally recognition. When everyone else is dead. I'm like, well, this guy got his chance, and then his whole life built up to that moment. Yep, and then it's like, nah, we don't want to hear what you have to say. Get out.
So what about this? There was a gag where they went across the road to the movies. Yeah,
that's true. They got Jimmy Kimmel pulled celebrities out of the audience to go across the street. They were watching a Wrinkle in Time preview, and Gal Gadot went over. Armie Hammer, Guillermo del Toro went over, and a couple of other people, and they kind of
crashed this.
They shot hot dog guns, which I don't know how that works. And threw lollies in the crowd and stuff like that. Gal Gadot was loving it.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Made
and
people stay.
People that just wanted to see the movie got really pissed.
Yeah, and then this like redneck guy came up and he was like, said, "My name's Bill" or whatever, and then he read out the thing like, "Now we're going to this person." He's like, "It's pronounced like this." Oh, okay, like this. And so yeah, it's pretty good. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, Gal Gadot just doing anything. She gets excited about.
Yeah, she's fun.
Anything. Jodie Foster did come out with Jennifer Lawrence, and Jodie Foster's like this, Jennifer Lawrence like this. That was weird.
Yeah.
Jodie Foster's short, and she had crutches.
Oh, interesting.
That's the thing.
Moving on next, Razzies.
So, all right, we'll go through these ones. I'll say the best picture till last, or worst picture till last. So, worst actress. Nominees were Tyler Perry for Boo 2, a Medea Halloween. Are you familiar with Medea?
I'm aware of the Medeas, but I've never watched them.
Yeah. Well, it's like this big African-American franchise and all the crowds go and see these movies.
Who pays an older woman. Think like Big Mama's House.
Yeah, but like I think it's like the most played character in any movie.
Yeah, he's made so many movies.
20 different ones. And this is his horror movie. Then it's the sequel. So there you go. Katherine Heigl, Unforgettable.
And I hear she's like the worst actress to work with.
Yeah, apparently she's a real bitch to everyone, and so she didn't get hired anymore. Now nobody wants to work with her, so she makes it to worst movies. Dakota Johnson for 50 Shades Darker as Anastasia Steele. Jennifer Lawrence for Mother. I love Mother. It's a good movie.
Oh, really?
Just watch it. I don't want to tell you anything. Just watch it.
Because it doesn't seem so
Just watch it. That's all I have to say. You cannot be told what The Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Okay.
Emma Watson, The Circle.
Emma Watson?
Yeah.
I thought people love her.
I think that she made one with Tom Hanks that I'd never heard of. And I'm like, oh, wow, Tom Hanks is in a movie. That's
what you took out of that? Tom Hanks is in a movie?
Well, I'm like, Tom Hanks in this movie, I've never heard of it. Tyler Perry, of course, won for Boo 2 for Worst Actress. Zing, because he's a man.
Very funny.
Worst Actor, Tom Cruise for The Mummy. Have you seen The Mummy?
No, because I thought it was garbage.
Me either.
I thought
and we are on PopCorn spoilers, so I'm going to spoil it, which I think I already have with you. Sure. Anyway. The Mummy is a woman. At the very end of the movie, he becomes the Mummy. So when they don't make this Universal Justice League, which they aren't going to do anyway.
The dark, whatever.
Yeah. Warner Brothers Dark Universe. He would have been the Mummy, which makes sense. Because I'm like, why is he just a dude? Anyway, Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I like that movie.
I haven't seen it. But I assume the character's worn out at this point.
He is, but it was alright. Jamie Dornan for 50 Shades Darker. of course. Zac Efron for Baywatch.
He was fine in Baywatch.
Mark Wahlberg got a double whammy, one for Daddy's Home 2 and the other one for Transformers The Last Night.
I haven't seen either of them, but...
I haven't seen Daddy's Home 2. It's Transformers, yeah. He was better in the other one.
When it was?
Tom Cruise, worst actor. Mummy. I haven't seen it.
I thought you saw The Mummy.
No, I just spoiled it for myself.
Oh.
I listened to like a review and they spoiled it. But yeah, I don't know. It looked lame-ish. Worst supporting actor, nominees are Mel Gibson for Daddy's Home 2. Mel's back, playing the bad boy. Javier Bardem for Mother and Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales. I thought he was good.
Poor Javier Bardem.
I thought he was good in Pirates of the Caribbean. He played one of the stronger villains out of the...
Did he have your little Twitch thing again?
No, he's... that was Gary Oldman. He was cool. He was like this guy who's...
oh, wait. No, I'm thinking who's... I'm thinking... who's the guy in Last Jedi?
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro, yeah.
Sorry,
Marco, but Javier Bardem is he played Thomas Wayne.
No, that's Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Then who the
but he does look like him.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, there you go.
And Pinch jumps in. The Mummy was absolutely dreadful.
Javier Bardem is Spanish, I believe, and he was in a bunch of foreign movies.
He was in Skyfall.
Yeah, he's in Skyfall, and he was also in No Country for Old Men, which was his breakout. But yeah, anyway, he's this Salazar, I think his name, something like that. And he's like this Spanish pirate who Johnny Depp tricked when they were younger to go into this dead zone, and then he got cursed, and he's like in the water constantly. So even though he's not in water, his hair's always like flowing and his skin's falling apart.
Oh, Velocity Games jumps in. Hey man, how you doing? He says almost 1,000 subs, guys. Yes, we are so close. We're only 77 away.
Yeah, we're going strong.
Getting strong. We're getting excited. I personally am quite excited.
But the other nominees are Russell Crowe for The Mummy. He played Dr. Jekyll / Mr. Hyde. Okay. Josh Duhamel for Transformers The Last Night. Why do they keep bringing those actors back? Anthony Hopkins for Collide and Transformers The Last Night.
Oh.
And the winner was Mel Gibson.
Makes sense.
People hate Mel Gibson. I like Mel Gibson.
Is there still some hate at him?
Yeah, heaps.
Really?
They even made a joke.
I guess you can't make like a lot of Jew jokes or Jew hate.
Well, he kind of was redeeming himself with his directing. So Passion of the Christ got a big one. I think that was around the time that he went crazy.
That was after. No, I think Passion of the Christ was before.
Yeah, I think just after that. And then he did Apocalypto, which is an incredible film.
That was before as well.
That was after Passion of the Christ, I think.
Yeah, no, but that was before he went crazy.
He wasn't acting in it and he didn't appear in it. And he did a couple of movies, like Get the Green Girl and stuff like that, DVD kind of stuff. But he did Hacksaw Ridge with Andrew Garfield.
Right, yes,
and that got a lot of love, so that's cool. Worst supporting actress, Kim Basinger for 50 Shades Darker. Yep. Sophia Botella for The Mummy. I guess she's The Mummy. Yep. Laura Haddock for Transformers The Last Night. I think she was that...
Yeah, really shitting on Transformers,
fake British actress. Goldie Hawn for Snatched, who Goldie Hawn disappeared for about 20 years and then aged 100 years and returned. She came out of her coffin again to do a movie.
She does look like shit.
Yeah, she does, but she's old.
She's really old.
Susan Sarandon for A Bad Mum's Christmas.
Wow, Susan Sarandon, isn't she? She must be past her prime if she's getting some Razzies.
Yeah, she's pretty old. She was good at it. She was I don't know what her name is.
Jacinta, there is actually a worst actress category. No, not in the Oscars, Jacinta. This is the Razzies. The Razzies are the anti-Oscars. They are all about the worst. They're not as professional as the actual Oscars. But I like that you're watching. Thanks, Jacinta.
But yeah, Susan Sarandon played the drunk, kind of washed up mum that like comes into town, borrows money, and then pisses off again.
Nice.
I thought she was good in that. I like that movie. But the winner, of course, was Kim Basinger, 50 Shades Darker. So she plays...
Kim Basinger was... there's a lot of notable actors here. Yeah, these aren't nobodies.
Yeah, she was Vicky Vale in Batman, 1989. And LA Confidential, she won an Academy Award for, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, she's like the... What's the sugar daddy? Not sugar daddy. Like the cougar.
Okay.
So she, in 50 Shades of Grey saga, yeah, she was the older woman that taught him how to make love.
Jacinus added, I was going to say, I don't remember seeing that. And Dylan made me watch the entire Oscars and yelled if I left the room.
Or looked at her phone. Because it was Best Picture. And I'm like, you got to come in and watch the Best Picture. She's like, I don't care. I'm like, well, we've come this far. We can't turn around. We're at Mordor.
We've done this journey together.
Put this friggin' ring in the volcano and leave. All right, cool. So then this is any two No, hang on. I nearly spoiled that. Worst screen combo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that doesn't necessarily mean
two people
partners
working together
on screen. So number one, I'll get back to that one. I'll go any combination of two characters, two sex toys, or two sexual positions. 50 Shades Darker. I don't think there were. Jacinta, was there more than two sexual positions in 50 Shades Darker? That's the second one. I don't think so. It was like missionary, handcuffs, missionary. Any combination of two humans, two robots, or two explosions in Transformers: The Last Night. That's fair. Johnny Depp and his worn-out drunk routine in Pirates of the Caribbean. That's 13. Dead Careers Tell No Tales. Tyler Perry and either the ratty old dressed or worn-out wig for Boo 2 and Madea Halloween. And the winner was the other nominee, which is any two obnoxious emojis in the Emoji Movie.
I don't think so. A lot of missionary, a whip, a paddle, and maybe pretty meh. Hey, Justin. How are you, my friend? Thanks for stopping by. What are your thoughts on the sexual positions in 50 Shades Freed? No, 50 Shades Darker. Sorry.
Darker. Don't go Freed. Darker. Worst remake, rip-off, or sequel. 50 Shades.
Isn't that a line from like 22 Jump Street?
What one?
Where it's like, man, we're going to do all the positions. We do like...
No, that's you.
Missionary. Is that me?
You always say that.
Yeah! Look at me. Here I am giving credit to somebody else for my love of missionary.
Well, I don't know. You might have stolen it, but I credit it to you.
Very much likely stole it.
Go from rip-off.
Cool. Worst rip-off, remake, or sequel. We have Baywatch.
Mm-hmm.
Boo 2 and Madea Halloween.
Sequel.
50 Shades Darker. Sequel.
Yeah, sequel.
The Mummy.
Remake.
And Transformers: The Last Night.
Sequel.
And surprise to no one, the winner is 50 Shades Darker.
Yeah, it's easy to hate on that, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned. Like, I'm wondering what they're going to hate on once Transformers dies, once 50 Shades dies. 50 Shades dead now.
There'll always be something.
Well, yeah, actually, they'll have the Razzies for next year. 50 Shades Freed.
Yeah, that'll win next year.
One more year.
Yeah.
It was 22 Jump Street. Ryan, give that credit back.
Oh,
I knew it. I knew it.
There you go.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't that funny. I fucking knew it. Thank you, Pinch. Never watched 50 Shades, and I don't want to start now. You're fine. Don't worry.
Sure you haven't.
Yeah, sure you haven't, Justin. You've learned all about that missionary. Worst director, Darren Aronofsky for Mother. But I thought Darren Aronofsky was a good dude.
He is a good dude.
Tony Leonidis for the Emoji Movie. Mm-hmm. James Foley, 50 Shades Darker. Mm-hmm. Alex Kurtzman for The Mummy. The winner is the Emoji Movie.
There you go. People hate that. I mean, that's again another one easy to hate. I haven't watched it because there's movies that are bad, and you think, it might be okay.
There might be some redeeming factors.
But then there's movies like I'm not even gonna even bother with that, and that's the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst screenplay: Baywatch, The Emoji Movie, 50 Shades Darker, The Mummy, Transformers: The Last Night.
Stop it, Jacinta. It's good. Don't talk about it.
Jacinta comes in saying Mother is the weirdest fucking movie.
Don't spoil it. It's cool.
I've heard it's weird.
No, just watch it.
I've heard it's super weird, but I kind of like... Hey, speaking of weird movies with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
Apparently, like, Red Sparrow is just getting canned right now.
Yeah, again, it looked horrible. And not that the Atomic Blonde was bad. That got some good reviews, but I didn't... But then we should support movies with leading ladies.
Do we explain
No,
that?
that's because we skipped that so we can come back to it.
Okay, cool.
They started it with that. So, the worst movies of the year nominees are Baywatch.
Wasn't that bad? Was small moments of fun in that movie?
Yeah. 50 Shades Darker.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's the worst out of the three. First one was pretty bad.
It's still released in the last, in that year time frame. So,
The Mummy. Again, we discussed that.
Easy hating.
Transformers: The Last Night. That's some easy hating as well, but it is... I mean, I get excited every time, and I don't know why. The Emoji Movie. And the Emoji Movie was the worst picture.
Makes sense.
Maybe we should watch it just for fun.
We should just hate watch it.
I think...
are there any quiet weeks coming up?
I'm pretty sure Jordan Peele is in it.
Yeah, like I know like TJ Miller's in it, because I remember I've watched a bunch of his stand-up recently.
Yeah.
And like a lot of his TV spots, because he's a really funny dude.
I watched one of his stand-ups. I think it's the one on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Did you hear about the Silicon Valley controversy?
Yeah, because he quit.
Well, they pushed him out.
Oh, really?
I read like a full interview with not Judd Apatow.
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, that's right. And they had the other cast members as well. And essentially, he was in, I think, the season 5.
Yeah, so that they at the end of the season, they essentially write him into like the middle of the Himalayas.
Yeah, he was in like an opium den.
Yeah,
just chilling out there.
So essentially, what happened? One of the characters kind of fucks off into the Himalayas, and Erlich Bachman, his character's like, I'll go get him back. So he goes to the Himalayas to bring him back, and he's like, all right, I'm ready to leave. But he's just opioid out, and they're like, I'm just gonna here's a ton of money, like look after him for 12 months, we'll be back.
And that could be a pretty good way to end it, which is what they already done. They did offer for him to do a couple more episodes and write him out of the show. They hadn't planned what would happen yet, but they offered him 3 episodes work, but he didn't want to do it. And they said, I mean, it's he says, she says.
I don't know why they want to cut him out, because I think he's a great character.
They do. They said he was like it was hard to find a way to incorporate him into the show as it progressed.
Yeah, because like once again, with the character,
spoilers for Silicon Valley.
Ooh, a PopC emoji movie watch party. Ooh, that's a good community event. Yeah, I like that.
Pizza and beers.
Yeah, ooh, I like pizza, beers, and
we can send emojis to each other during the movie.
Yeah. So his characters, like the way it sort of works is he creates this. What he likes to, he has a house where he kind of funds startups. You know, he had this one startup that was successful. He sold it, called Aviato, and like he invests money back into everything. In his, what's he call it? Incubator. Yeah, it's an incubator where it incubates little eggs and they become chickens.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like the most swankiest way. Yeah, so and then now that Pied Piper, the company that's based on Silicon Valley is based around, has actually progressed higher than what his incubator could obtain. So like they've tried
which is essentially just his house.
Yeah, which is his house. Yeah. So they've tried to write him into like different parts. Like they tried to put him in like.
Well, he's just trying to weasel his way into.
Yeah, he weasels his way into other things. He weasels his way into one of the companies that sort of invested in there. Like he brought like a bunch of representation. Like he's fucked his way around a lot trying to get in. He just ruins everything. It's beautiful.
Well, that's what they said. They said he was like.
I love his character. Though.
Mike Judge had been in a movie, I think Extract, with him before, or directed him in it. Or worked with him. I don't know if he directed it, but yeah, he's like they said he's kind of like a genius. Some people say, and he's like this force, but he like constantly would fall asleep during takes, or he'd turn up high. He just he wouldn't turn up at all. So people would get there at 7 a.m. Hard-working people who are getting paid less than him, and he just wouldn't turn up that day.
Okay, so he was an actor. Oh, okay.
Yeah, as an actor. But he said on his defense that he was doing stand-up like every night. So he was falling asleep at 3 a.m. and then getting up early and pushing himself too hard. So who knows?
That sounds legit because he has done a lot of stand-up lately.
But they said that's all right. He's got a prospering career. He's been in Deadpool. He's in Transformers: The Last Age of Extinction, I think it was. But then he's in Deadpool 2 as well. But now he's got some kind of like, Hollywood controversy, Weinstein stuff going on. So maybe not.
Yeah,
that was the tale of TJ
You need to watch
Miller.
Silicon Valley, dude. It's so fucking good.
I do. When I've watched it, it's good.
Yeah, like the smartest dick joke ever in movie TV history. First season.
Smart dick jokes.
Yeah. Right at the end. So what they're trying to do is because the whole point of it is the compression. The whole thing of Pied Piper is a compression algorithm that can make movies and stuff really small and
music,
and music, so it can transport really quickly
and not lose any quality.
That's the big key thing. So at the end of it, like Erlich Bachman's like, look, if I have to jerk everyone off in that entire auditorium, well, I'm gonna do it because we need to get on that stage. And someone's like, well, that's not technically possible, right? Like, well, what? It's like, you think you can jerk off everyone in that room? Like, yeah, I think I can. Because, he's all full of himself. He's like, yeah, fuck you, I can do it. And like, all right, they pull a big whiteboard out. They start doing math. And they talk about, like, well, how would you swap dicks out, right? Yeah, the whole idea of, like, it's like, okay, can you, like, what if they go tip to tip? Should we what are the variables? Are we talking, like, dick to floor, dick to, like, how do we need a box? Like, like, what about...
Tall people, short people?
What about girth? And he's like, yeah, no, I got this. Yeah, like, and it's all correct mathematics. It's
could he do it?
I think, yeah, if they did like dick to dick, and they just like swapped each other out, he'd probably get through it in a reasonable time.
But I bet you they didn't do it, and they didn't show it.
Fucking fantastic. No, because like one of the main character, like he has, because you know from middle out, that was the idea, and he decided that that's how the compression works from the middle out.
That's right. That's how they cracked it. Very.
So he runs off to the room, and he's wearing like, the whole idea of jerking dicks gave him the epiphany to make Pipe Waters. Such a good show.
Silicon Valley, what channel is it on?
It's on HBO.
HBO.
Or Showcase if you have Fox.
Season 5 coming soon.
Yeah, real soon. Woo.
Yeah.
Used to always air straight after Game of Thrones. So when I would watch Game of Thrones on the Monday, I'd be like, oh, that was intense. Silicon Valley. I'm like,
just chill. But it's only half hour, isn't it?
Yeah. Half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's good.
I have to give it to you, man. You'll enjoy it. But you have the same weird humor that I do, so you'll do the shit out of it.
But then again, Parks and Rec is another one that I've seen parts of, but didn't watch.
Yeah. All right, we're getting distracted here.
But that is Popcorn Spoilers, Oscars and Razzies talk, and a little bit of TV as well.
Yeah.
If you like what we do, you can
go to the links in the description. You can go to the Facebook community group, but we'll have a chat about a ton of things. You can join the Discord, chatting there as well. You can, if you'd like, you can also wear Pop Culturist merchandise at popculturist.com/shop. If you want to support us financially as well, if you're feeling the love, you can head to patreon.com/popculturist. Might be a tier there that interests yourself. But anyways, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Dylan Bowden, and for now, that is a wrap.